Hello, it's Wednesday. Thank you very much for joining us here for the Raven Sports Podcast. Like and subscribe to all of our social media content here. Thank you very much because we are growing by leaps and bounds. Just finished talking to interview we're going to have this week. We talked to one of the greatest players in Maryland history. We're going to have Derek Lewis on the podcast on Friday for our interview. We just finished recording that. It was great to actually meet him and talk about chop it up with Maryland basketball and Kevin Willard and his thoughts on that and everything that was great there. So let's go ahead and get this squared away here as well. NFL preseason predictions video that is on Sunday. So definitely on Sunday night, we're going to go ahead and watch the NFL preseason prediction video. The season is starting on Thursday. Eagles and Cowboys this week as well. Saturday, we're going to have our first instant reaction to the Maryland and Florida Atlantic game. Also, we're going to react to the massive game, the Texas and Ohio State. We're going to do that as well. Friday, we're going to have the interview with Derek Lewis. It's going to be a big week. So football season is upon us, and we got a lot of good stuff going on. We always have Genesis Notary Services. Big week this week. Getting a lot of calls from the area. Thank you so much. All of you in the Shenandoah Valley that are calling and reaching out to us as well. That is fantastic. RaveResports.company.site. That is our flagship website. Also to check out all the links on Fanatics as well. Had a Jackson Holiday jersey links on the Twitter page. So definitely, absolutely check that out that we had that as well. And also to Legal Shield. So definitely, if you have any legal issues, I'm telling you, real heroes for my business at Legal Shield as well. So definitely check out Legal Shield. Save yourself a lot of money with lawyer fees and all that, etc. So Legal Shield is a great resource for us. Absolutely, go ahead and check out Legal Shield if you haven't already done so. All right. So this is our last week before the real football starts. So definitely our NFL spectacle unleashed, as we've called it the last couple years, 2025 kickoff spectacle. So this is the week after the preseason, before the game. We're going to go ahead and talk about that as well. Now, let's talk about last week. We had the predictions, and now we're going to go ahead and go over the 53, who actually made the final 53 for the Ravens as well. Quarterback we don't need to spend much time on. We know Lamar Jackson going for his third MVP this year, along with Cooper Rush. Rush, I thought, was good enough in practice. I think this is still feel pretty good about him. Best backup we had. They did carry 4 running backs: Derek Henry, Justice Hill, Keaton Mitchell, Rashawn Ali, Pat Ricard. Those are the guys. They are going to carry 4 as well. I don't know how much time you could play with 4 running backs, as good as those 4 guys are, but they're keeping 4, so that's the way that's going to go as well. Wide receiver, again, exactly as we expected. Zay Flowers, Bashard Bateman, DeAndre Hopkins, Tylan Wallace, Devontae Walker, Javonte Wester. Wester was really the eye-opener in camp. He was fantastic on the kick return. They're going to start kicking the ball away from him, out of bounds, etc. He was really, really good. I thought he absolutely was the eye-opener. Absolutely, he was the eye-opener as well. Hopkins didn't see a lot. They're good to go. I think this went exactly as expected as well. That is Isaiah Likely. So didn't really play much as well. Harbaugh was playing Corey. He's going to be on the 53. I don't think it's much chance at all. He's going to be in their week 1 or week 2 as well. So Kolar again is going to be there in week 1 and week 2. I think he's going to be the backup. I would have put him on IR, but typical John Harbaugh trying to play coy, pretend to be coy with the injured player, which I don't think that's always a good strategy for guys. Definitely not going to play. Likely's definitely not going to play the first 2 weeks for sure. So we'll see how that goes. Likely certainly deserves to be on the roster, otherwise obviously not for the injury. Offensive line, Ronnie Stanley, Voorhees, Falele, Linderbaum, Rosengarten. Only news here: Rosengarten wants $20 million. Linderbaum rather wants $20 million. Like to sign, I don't blame him. He's certainly one of the best centers in the league. Wants to be paid one of the highest paid centers in the league. Note boom, Ben Cleveland, Corey Bullock. Boyle makes the team. Kind of went under the radar as well. Carson Vincent on the 53. Vincent totally a project. So you're a little thin here, I think, with your line as well. A little thin in my opinion, but I think this is probably my biggest concern with the roster. This is probably biggest concern. Voorhees really hasn't started. Falele hasn't been good. Ben Cleveland wasn't that good. I think he's still better than Falele, but wasn't that good. Note boom. Issues. I don't think Ken Vince is ready at all to play as well. I don't think he'll play. I think he'll be on inactive a lot of weeks. Justin Matabuke, Travis Jones, Broderick Washington, John Jenkins, Aeneas Peebles. Pencil in Brent Urban. He's not on the 53. He's going to be on the practice squad, veteran practice squad. You'll see Brent Urban. That's not a thing. They got a hand. They're kind of done this a couple times with Brent. That's why Harbaugh likes him, because Brent kind of will go along with what they want. John Jenkins makes it. I think some talk about C.A. Okoye being there. John Jenkins actually gets the spot on that as well. I think it was pretty well in hand most of the time. I think there was some push from Okoye, but John Jenkins is there. Linebackers, a lot of them. Starting Van Oy, Roquan Smith, Trent Simpson, Kyle Van Oy. Daffy Owe. So no surprise there. Trent Simpson did win the starting job, I would think. I think definitely he was the best of the linebacker groups. The backups, Mike Green looked fantastic. Hummel really didn't play much with the thing. Not so worried about that. He's going to be on special teams. Rookies, Teddy Buchanan, and Jay Higgins. Jay Higgins made it. So Jay Higgins is going to be on the starting 53. For sure, he's going to play a lot on special teams. Davis Robinson and David Ajabo. Jabo's going to be there. I think I don't think it was going to happen had it not been for the D's Isaac. They do want to carry 5 outside linebackers. I don't think he plays much, but we'll see. Definitely made it. Good for him. Congratulations also to all of the guys there as well. Jair Alexander is going to be there as a starter. Nate Wiggins, Marlon Humphrey, Chidi Owozie, and TJ Tampa. About as expected. I thought Jair Alexander, you could argue he was the star camp. Marlon Humphrey was fantastic. Owozie and TJ Tampa, they were pretty good. TJ Tampa was pretty good in camp. I think had it not been for the depth, that would have been a thing. News here. So a couple things. Didn't expect. Malachi Starks, Kyle Hamilton. We know Kyle Hamilton. It was reported today he's going to have the largest contract in the history of the NFL as a safety. Best safety in the NFL. He's going to be paid like it as well. We're going to talk about safeties right here in the next segment. And Keon Martin as well. Took it right from Bro Brady. No other way to say it. Took it right from him. Outplayed him, period. That's why he's there. He was a guy not even on the undrafted list. He had to try out. So he was not even in the top group of undrafted rookies. Made play after play after play. So shout out to Keon Martin. I think this might be, even for Ravens standards, the biggest, one of the biggest shocks of a 53 roster make. Took it right from Bro Brady and Jalen Armour Davis, who's not here as well. Sissany Kane, it did make the roster as well. And Ruben Lowry, another one, definitely made play after play after play to the point where they were preserving him in the last preseason game, and he didn't even need to play. So Ruben Lowry is going to be on the 53 as well. So good job for them. So we're going to have 3 undrafted rookies for the Ravens. We're going to have a lot of rookie players, a lot of rookie contributions. So last year's rookie class, I don't think contributed a whole lot. This one definitely is, because I think he got about at least 10, 11 rookies here on this. I have to add, I didn't add it all up as well. And here's another one. I thought Tyler Luke was much better than I thought Camp. That's just Camp. But hitting the 61-yarder in the last game in Washington, I thought he was fantastic. Jordan Stout, Nick Moore as well, rounded out. There's your roster, your 53. I thought Jalen R. Davis was a big surprise, because he was fairly good in camp. But again, all the injuries and things like that, he missed camp. And again, Keon Martin really, really was impressive as well. Ruben Lowry as well. I had Bo Braid here. Bo Braid did sign with the Giants. He's going to be on the 53-man roster for the Giants, the former Terp. So good for Bo Braid as well. Braid is just not – he's more of a meat and potatoes player, if that makes sense. Not a lot of the flashy plays, none of that stuff. He's an NFL player on the roster. I'm not surprised at all that a team picked him up. He's going to be on the 53. Jalen Armour Davis was also cut. He signed with the Tennessee Titans as well. Not sure if he's on the 53. I think he is there as well. Who else was cut? So let's go through all of them here. Roster moves. These was Tuesday, of course. The Ravens, the cuts could be released at 4. Ravens, of course, didn't get to at 8. I saw an article one of the last teams to release was the Ravens. Yes, I know. They always are. That's a John Harbaugh, Eric DeCosta. Well, let's just make them wait, etc. So who was cut? Running backs: Myles Gaskin, Ernest Johnson, Keith Kirkwood, Anthony Miller. All of those guys, I think, are on practice squad. Ernest Johnson, Gaskin, etc. Miller. All those guys are going to be in our practice squad. We talked about Brent Urban. Brent Urban will sure see him veteran practice squad. Thomas Graham, Jalen Armour Davis. We talked about that. A couple other players. Other Jamal Banks, Malik Cunningham, Bo Braid, and Desmond Ishbal. Cunningham, I'm not sure he's an NFL player. I think he's got some popularity. He's been at several camps. He can play several positions. But I'm not sure he's an NFL player. Braid, I think for sure is already with the team. I'm not surprised that he's going to start. I think he just got outplayed, I think, in camp by a guy who really got in a flashier, bigger presence as well. Another safety, Keon Jackson, was released during dog court. Grant Didiger Jared Penning, Reed Houskey, Nick Samak, Jared Linston, Jason Jones, Wache Owuji, I think I'm mispronouncing that, CJ Okoye as well. Okoye did make a push to get the starting gig, I think. He did make a push to get a starting gig. Didn't happen as well. Darren Dalcourt, Garrett did in the offensive line competition as well. They're going to be Dellinger, Penning is going to be on practice squad as well. Okoye is going to be on the practice squad as one of their international players, along with Nick Samak as well. CJ Ravenel was another player that was let go as well. Devin Leary, practice squad. He's not on the practice squad. So that's the thing. I did go ahead and see that. Snoop Huntley is going to be the practice squad quarterback for the Ravens after getting released in Cleveland. So fine with that. Devin Leary did not show me enough to be even on the practice squad. He's just not NFL quarterback. I think it's possible. He does have measurables. I do see him playing in something like possibly a UFL, CFL, and actually working on that accuracy. But he's got a long way to go for an NFL quarterback. Chandler Martin and Millie Cam, they were waived. They will be both on practice squad. Kimmy Tucker, Zarahan Mitchell, Scotty Washington were also cut. Also, to Taylor Cupp. Lucas Scott looked not bad, I thought, in camp as well, but he was cut. He's going to be on practice squad as well. Xavier Worley, Xavier Guillory, and William Kipu were in released injury settlements, and MJ Soda was also waived as well. So those guys are no longer on the roster for the Baltimore Ravens. We definitely have that there as well. So roster is complete. We definitely went over all the roster as well. Big news. Kyle Hamilton today signing a huge contract with the Ravens. I think it's one of the biggest contracts ever, if not the biggest contract ever for a safety in the NFL. So I think that was fantastic. That you signing Kyle Hamilton. Look, they've been busy. They signed Rashad Bateman to a long-term extension. They signed Kyle Hamilton to a long-term extension. They're talking right now to Tyler. They're talking right now to Tyler Linderbaum as well. So definitely those things are going on right now for the Ravens, trying to go ahead and improve the team in a crucial year as they march to the Super Bowl. All right. So we're talking safeties. Let's talk safeties as well. So safety's a hard position to predict. So it's definitely because so much now, you see teams now with 5 DBs in. Safeties aren't always on the field as much. You see 3 Bs. You see safeties a lot of times spend a whole game in a slot in some cases. So you look at safeties not just in one thing. Sometimes if it's super, but in a different. And it definitely means all different teams, you're going to get different results with different players, except for the top group. Right? I think these are the 10 safeties you can put on any team that would play well in any situation. So definitely check that out as well. So let's go ahead and get squared away with the top 10 safeties in the NFL. Brandon Jones is number 10 for the Denver Broncos. I think the Denver Broncos defense is very much being slept on in terms of being a really good defense as well. Brandon Jones last season didn't really play much as well. But Jones, I thought, he played well. I thought he played well. I mean, I think he did pretty well last season. Denver's defense is being slept on. I think Denver's defense might be one of the top five best in the entire National Football League. That's what I think, how good they are. They're very good also, too, in the middle of the field. When you talk about guys like Mufunga, you talk about guys I think I'm saying that right from San Fran. Mufunga, Drake Greenlaw, and all that, etc. So I definitely think this guy hits people. Like when he hit somebody, it matters as well. So Brandon Jones, I think, number 10 in the middle of that very good Denver defense. Javon Holland, I think, with the Giants, another defense I think might be better than you think. Their secondary isn't very good besides him. So for me, that is a bit of a concern with him because the defense isn't very good. He didn't play a lot last year. So that's a bit of a concern as well. But you look at him in recent years, you see him here with the Dolphins jersey on. Now he's going to play in New York, going to have a lot of responsibility. I think this guy is a good Swiss Army knife as well. Does several things well. Definitely a top 10 guy. I think several teams go to sign him as well. Javon Holland, I think, is the real deal. Number 10, I think, as well. So good. Javon Holland at number 10. Brian Branch. This is a guy when he came out of Alabama, I wasn't sure what position he was going to play. I definitely too. He was a nickel corner there at Alabama, and also played some safety as well. He is a safety in the NFL. So 4 interceptions at the safety position as well. Definitely good in the slot. Definitely, that's a thing. Like you talk about safeties and went around. Really good safeties in Detroit, and he's really good in the slot. Not huge body type build, small. I always think of the Bob Sanders when I see a guy small but really can lay on you. Fearless in the passing game, fearless in the run game. Absolutely can get guys in the slot. Has the coverage ability. Lots of good stuff. Still young. That's why he's not a little bit higher. But Brian Branch, I think, is the goods. I have him at number 8. Xavier McKinney. Fantastic last year as far as intercepting in the first half. So you got to count that. So a guy here who definitely is a guy who is going to be one of the best players in the league. 8 interceptions last year for the Green Bay defense. You could argue he's their best player on defense too as well. You got Rashawn Gary there, etc. But Xavier McKinney is the guy, I think, is the guy that takes it and turns it over. Now, he did slow up in the second half. Career-wise, this isn't his usual production. So it does give me some pause there when a guy, it was a little bit more than what we've seen. But definitely last year, what we saw, he's in the top 10. Ball hawk. This is the ball hawk. You talk about skill set. This is a guy, finds the football, takes it the other way. Micah Fitzpatrick back with the Miami Dolphins. So Micah Fitzpatrick is there. Fell off, I think, for some people a little bit in Pittsburgh. I think it depends on how you look at it. He's been really good. I think like what you're seeing is he's aging a little bit, but I do think he's still an outstanding safety. I have him still in the top 5. He's got to get back to going ahead and making more what Coach Mike Tomlin would call those splash plays in Miami. He only had really the 1 interception. He did have a bunch of tackles as well last year. I think it was – what was the number? He had like 100 he's had like 100 – he's played 106 games. So he's been really good throughout his career. I think like this – but I think like what we're seeing a little bit more with him is a little bit more of a solid steady state as a playmaker as he was. So I think that's it. But definitely definitely in the run game, I really like Micah Fitzpatrick though. Guys like do not overrun him or whatever. Fitzpatrick will go ahead and lay you out there as well. So that's definitely there. Kirby Joseph was terrific last year for the Lions. You got to have him on the list because he had a lot of interceptions for the Lions. So you talk about the guy who led the NFL in interceptions with 9. I think like you got him and Brian Branch. That's a great tandem. Take the ball of the way as well. Does take some chances as well. Now, you do see that with Kirby Joseph. I think that's the only my concern with him. But without risk, there's no reward. He does that. He goes ahead. Sometimes he's not in the right spot as well. But he is a fantastic playmaking safety. I think arguably you could argue the best playmaker in the NFL from the safety position as far as taking the ball the other way. He's been good for the last couple of years as well. It wasn't just a guy. Their interception total was higher, but I feel better about him than McKinney because he's been, I think, steadier over more of a period. Derwin James, a lot of people would have him at number one, but you got to stay on the field all the time, Derwin. That's the only thing with that. But definitely guys who can do several different things. He can hit, he can run, he can play in the slot. More to me of a hitter though than the slot, the cover guy as well. Bit of intimidator as well. Guys, you don't want to lift the ball in his area and have Derwin James go ahead and clobber you. But he makes a difference making those decleaters as well. Just would like to see him be a little more on-field production. I'd like to see him play 16 games. I like to see him play 16 games and really be the guy that he did last year. 5.5 sacks, 60 again, it's all there for him. But again, history of injuries, I think, bothers me a little bit and putting them higher. Kind of the same here with Antoine Whitfield. As good as he has been, again, missed some games throughout the last couple seasons. So again, that defense though is, I think, really underrated in Tampa. So Wingfield, I think some people have him lower. I still think he's really, really good. Wingfield, I think, again, not for the injuries as well. I think this guy could be a guy you could say, hey, man, this is the number one safety in the NFL. But again, I think he's closer to that than I do. But again, concerned about the injuries. But other than that, I think he's fantastic, complete, and other way. All these guys here as well. Jesse Bates is fantastic as well. To the best traditional safety, free safety in the NFL, as far as I get. So this guy, not so much the coverage and the slot and all those other things, but again, the traditional guy, lift the ball in his air and all that. This is the guy you don't want to see, right? Jesse Bates is the guy. He gets to do all the fun stuff. He gets to go ahead and take the ball away. And he has other skills. I mean, definitely he can hit as well, but definitely the best pure free safety, I think, in the NFL. No question about it. He's come a long way since he's been in Cincinnati, too. I think this was a huge mistake, it turned out, for the Bengals going ahead and letting him go. But we already said it. Number one, the guy today of all days we're doing this, he goes and signs a huge contract. Kyle Hamilton, nothing he doesn't do. Not a thing. Does everything fantastic on the football field. He's going to take the ball the other way, cover the slot, play corner full-time, play strong safety full-time, play free safety full-time, blitz very well. Best blitzing, I think, of all of these guys. Best blitzing safety in the league. He's going to get at least 4 or 5 sacks. I think he gets an opportunity to blitz. And this year with Malachi Starks, he's going to get a chance to do more of those Swiss Army knife things that he's had on more years, because unlike working with Darius Washington, he gets to roam around more as well. There you go. The top 2 safeties in the National Football League. So we're almost done, because it's almost here. The NFL season is almost here. So definitely check that out. So definitely the NFL is upon us as well. I think the top 3 guys really separate them. The top 4 guys really separate themselves from the rest of that list. I think Kyle Hamilton, Jesse Bates, those guys, you could put them on any team, anywhere. Derwin James and Wingfield, I think the only reason they're separated is the injury issues kind of bothered me a bit, those guys, the injury history. But they're fantastic as well. Okay. The NFL season is almost upon us, and college football is here. Saturday, the first game, the Maryland Terps are back. Yes. So we are going to have Maryland football going on Saturday as well, 12 o'clock. The Big Ten Network in Capital One Stadium, formerly known as Bird Stadium, as well. The Owls and from Florida Atlantic University playing against the Maryland Terps are back as well. So let's go ahead and see how the Terps do in the NFL, in in college football as well. Big test this year for the Terps with their first game as well. So, Caden Van Camp is going to start for the Florida Atlantic Owls as well. Van Camp, I think, is definitely a upgrade from what they had last year there. So Florida Atlantic, I thought, was pretty good. This guy throws the ball down the field very well. Definitely, he was a guy last year, did very well. He had over, I think it was 3,000 yards passing, 25 touchdowns as well. So very, very good stuff for him as well. Easily, he's going to be the starter. He's going to get some money, a couple $1 million to go ahead and quarterback the Owls there as well. So definitely do that. We talk about Jeremy Sands. He is the starting running back for them as well. You look at the stat sheet for him: 31 rushes, 117 on the ground, 2 TDs for them. Definitely Sands, I think, is going to go ahead and start for them. Now, I do think you're going to see a bit of a rotation, especially in this game. This game probably won't be in doubt much here. I think Terps should win handily, obviously. But I think this game is going to be in doubt. So you are going to see a plethora of running backs. But I think during the course of the year, he's going to be their number one guy. Easton Messier, the wide receiver, I think probably this guy is your best player on the offensive side. I think last year, one of the better players in the American as well, 793 yards, 4 touchdowns. Probably the guy with the most experience. One of the few guys that show up on the list for the preseason as well, all conference. So definitely a solid guy for him. They're definitely going to have their work cut out for him. Eric Brantley for them as well. On defense, it's tough to tell. They got a couple transfers. So I did want to mention Eric Brantley, decent pass rusher, played transfer as well. Wendell Ford, graduate student for Florida Atlantic as well. The Terps. It's going to be Malik Washington that's going to start. True freshman. They're being coy still. So, and again, college isn't like the NFL. I think I said this last year with Billy Edwards too, where they may not announce it. They don't have to announce it. They may go a couple games here and kind of figure it out. So you may see both quarterbacks, especially with the result pretty much in hand here. But Malik Washington is going to start. Those are good numbers in high school. And Archbishop Spalding, he is a Maryland product as well. He should be the guy. I think they did beat out Justin Martin for the job. He's been taking most of the first team reps in the spring. We'll see. Very highly regarded. Could have went anywhere to go ahead and play as well. So we will see about that. Nolan Ray is the starting running back this year all by himself. Roman Hemby is gone. So definitely he's going to get the bulk of the carries as well. Big things from him. Great speed he has as well. So definitely a different kind of back from Bemby in between the tackles. I think with Nolan Ray, you're definitely going to see more bouncing outside of the tackle box. I think this is the reason why you saw him take carries away from Roman Hemby, and I think he's going to be the guy. 75 carries, 374. Lots of experience there as well. Who's going to be catching passes? It's going to be tough to tell who the number one receiver here. What I saw in the spring and a lot of that was Octavian Smith getting the bulk of it. He's the guy, the returning guy. You lost Ty Felton, you lost some good receivers, but you do have back Octavian Smith there, 315 yards last year, 2 TDs. I'm really excited to see Jaleel Farouk. Played at Oklahoma. The speed is tremendous. I mean, it really does look like Jermaine Lewis, Stephon Diggs every time he touches the football. So that's going to be a guy I really got an eye on. Had some injury issues, so I think that's sort of the main reason why he left. But, man, the potential that he has is fantastic. Dorian Fleming is a sophomore. Everybody agrees that this is the first team guy. A lot of people think that this is the best tight end in the Big Ten as well. So he has been phenomenal in all the camps as well. I think he's going to be, him and Octavian Smith, it'll be one of these three is going to be your number one option. It depends how you see it here in the first game. But I'm still not sure yet as we go on season and do games. We'll definitely go over that. But definitely, I think Fleming you'll see a lot of for sure in that as far as being a good tight end. Well, lots of defensive losses there. Jeremiah Glasgow, I think this is the guy you want to keep an eye on as well. I think this is the guy that can definitely get transferred, that transferred in. I think he's going to make the biggest impact right away for them as well. So I think the defense is going to be a problem. The Achilles heel, I think this is probably your strongest player. They can go ahead and get the defense to. They can go ahead and get the defense to go play well. This is going to be your guy. I think this is going to be, if you have a linchpin, this is it. We're back with college football as well. So Saturday, definitely check it out. Shameless plug. We're going to have an instant reaction to this game and to Texas and Ohio State, 12:30 in College Park as well. So definitely check that out.
My first time. There was so many things going on. There was so much happening. Jugglers and acrobats, trained elephants. I didn't know what to look at.
All right, so let's go ahead and move along here as well. So we're gonna go ahead and so we're still in baseball season here, and this is the last one. Let's go ahead and get that music going for the last time.
Oh, put me in cold. I'm ready to play the game.
One more.
Oh, put me in cold.
All right, how fitting that we have the last game on a Little League. So now as football season is here, we're moving away from summer into fall. And so this is, you could almost call this our unofficial last week of summer here as well. So we're definitely going ahead and go over there as well. And last week, those of you that didn't see it, I mean, definitely should have checked it out because it is the Little League World Series. So this is the last one that we have here as far as our baseball summer events. So we talked about all of our minor league teams. Thank you, all of our minor league teams. Thank you, Michael McCowney, especially all the people that have watched all of our baseball summer series as well. And definitely, we are saved in a lot of ways. We could argue it's the best for last, but certainly a good one for last. I think baseball, in a lot of ways, some ways it's pure its form. In some ways, I think they're cheating because these are some big kids. I mean, you look at some of these guys playing in this Little League World Series, man, and these guys are huge guys, man, as well. And of course, there we go. So I'm getting the video.
You went out as far as 3 Mile Creek and then stopped near the bridge. You tied your horse to a pine tree and then played your guitar. You were alone.
Where's the video? All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the Little League World Series as well. You have an elite defense. This is Kenny, one of our cool subscribers here. You have an elite defense, but the schedule is scary. I think the defense is fantastic. I think the defense, Kenny, they look fantastic in preseason. I think even more so, they're going to have 3 undrafted rookies that look fantastic. Keon Martin, definitely check out Keon Martin, Jay Higgins, Keon Martin, Jay Higgins, and I had a brain lock. Keon Martin, Jay Higgins, and Ruben Lowry. Ruben Lowry was fantastic for him as well. Yes, I do play fantasy football. I play in a couple leagues as well. Best time, obviously, to draft fantasy football is now because the season is starting. All right, so let's talk about. I know he loves football. I don't know football. Little League World Series, Chinese Taipei. So it's been a couple of years. When I was watching it when I was younger, they were absolutely dominating the Little League World Series. They would absolutely be the team to actually dominate in that. And it's been a couple years now since they've been quite as good. But this year, they are really good. And so what we're going to see now is them win the 18th Little League World Series, extending its story legacy. This game wasn't in doubt at all. Let me get the graphic.
The world of parenting could use a lot less scarring and a lot more support. See how Gerber is lightening the load to create a more parent-friendly world at Gerber.com. Am I understanding this? I'm having trouble. I'm glad you're here.
So let's get the graphic up. The score was 7-0 in this one as well. And so Chinese Taipei beat the team from Las Vegas, Nevada in this game as well. And so I this was never in doubt. I thought this was the whole time. The last couple of years we've had really, really close games in this, and this one at all wasn't close at all. This wasn't in no universe was this a close game. The kid from Chinese Taipei, Li Qingtin, was fantastic. When I used to watch Jim Palmer call this game when he worked at ABC, he used to call a kid like Li Qingtin the man child. That's exactly what you saw. Big kid on the field, big playing on the field, good on the mound, hitting on offense. That's what you saw as well from him. RBI basically broke it open. In this one here with the triple that drove in 3 runs. I think it was the 5th inning as well. So he was fantastic there. He on the mound, he was even better. The near no as well. 5 innings as well. Only didn't pitch the 1 inning in relief. I think you can't pitch more than 5 in the little leagues as well. 4 Ks, only the 1 hit as well. The man child on the other side, Kashi Malin as well. Really good throughout the course of the World Series as well. Not so good, didn't do anything. Only the 1 hit by Garrett Gallegos. Gallegos won the game actually on the mound for them to actually get them to the Little League World Series. And he was the one that broke up the no in this one as well. I think in a lot of ways I love this because this is not – we talked about Kyle Hamilton and contracts and all this stuff. But talking about the game of baseball in its purest form, in a way it is. And I always couch that because I kind of always thought, for worse or for better, these kids are really big. I mean, this kid, Lynch and Key, I mean, he put his hands to one of the announcers. And man, he looked old enough to be. He looked bigger than the announcers. Some of these kids. Look like. If I'm standing next to them, who's the dad and who's the son, as well. I'm trying to show the last out here. I did ping it. Try not to go too fast because what Twitter keeps doing, I keep moving fast, and then it keeps scrolling. So I'm gonna do that. I'm trying to scroll it nice and easy, too easy. In the army, yeah, we say easy. It ain't so easy. I ain't showing up. Give it a few more seconds.
Whatever I do, he's always there with those fish eyes. I can't stand it.
All right, there's Basayo contracts. We'll talk about the Sam Basayo contract as well. I think that is a big deal. Signing Samuel Basayo to a contract over the long term is a huge thing. Actually doing that.
Bothers me to the point of screaming. He won't let up. I just have to get away.
I can't let you do it. I don't ever want you to leave.
I'll come back after he's gone. It'll only be for a few weeks. I work somewhere else in the meantime.
Look for it one more second here
This
before I.
saloon there, the Golden Palace. You have to help me leave. Please, Jim.
Apologize. I should have had it queued up here.
I'll make it up to you later.
I just hate to think of you not being here.
Don't want to
I
help.
started to leave it pinned on the tab there. But the Samuel Basayo signing this deal as well.
6 o'clock in the morning. If you want to be on there without Rollins finding out, I'll take your bags to the station, have them ready for you.
He knows I always take a walk early in the morning.
Well, fine.
See if you guys can see that.
You circle around the other side of the station.
So, yeah, let's look at that, too. Samuel Basayo signs a big-time contract, 8 years, $67 million as well. That's nothing but good. Nothing but good. Nothing but good with Sam Basayo signing a big-time major league deal like that as well. I think Basayo is getting a deal like that. I think is fantastic in all ways possible as well.
I better go downstairs and see.
Let's go ahead and punch up Little League World Series.
Just another night. Otherwise, he might start wondering. Be on his guard.
I still don't understand why you gotta run away like this. Why you gotta be so secret about your leaving? Why can't you just tell Rollins to go to the devil?
So the Little League World Series here, and we got that's a preview. And here it is.
There is the starter and the stud. And a sky-high fly ball to left. Should do it, and it will. For the first time since 1996, Chinese Taipei, champions of the Little League Baseball world.
So there you go.
They have won their 18th Little League World Series title more than any other country, and the relief on the staff.
So there you go. Chinese Taipei actually winning the Little League World Series as well. So I thought it was fantastic. I mean, I always think that's a great event for what? Because if you have a son, have a daughter, put them in Little League, man, so they could learn how to play the game of baseball. The lines where the guys are slapping five and everything like that. Definitely guys are not always this good, but it's absolutely a great thing here as well. Talk more football, apparently. We got Kenny here. Teddy Buchanan, I thought wasn't as good as I had hoped, but I thought definitely in time, I think he's definitely going to be a guy that is that's definitely going to help. I think like this good fourth round pick as well. He's going to have some competition though. Jay Higgins looked really good. So definitely do that. Okay. America is steep decline. That's a long conversation we could have. But certainly in Little League Baseball, this wasn't their year to go ahead and get that done. All right. One more segment. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the Orioles. We did talk about Sam Basayo as well. Let's talk about all the stuff that happened this week. All things Baltimore Orioles as well. Josh Walker on last Thursday signed on waivers from the Philadelphia Phillies, the option on the AAA. We called Daniel Johnson and placed Adley Rutschman on the 10-day DL. So I don't think we're going to see Adley again this year at all. I think with all the catchers they have, and we'll get to that, but we question now whether he's ever going to play again for the Orioles. I never thought I'd be saying that. But with the Basayo contract as well, there's going to be a lot of teams trying to get Adley Rutschman. Catchers are just way too scarce out there. Cal Raleigh notwithstanding the season he's having, but it's just too hard to get these guys. And I definitely think with that, so I don't know if he's going to play much here. We'll see. I hope he does. And we talked about it. 21-year-old Sammy Basayo, one of the top 10 prospects in all of Major League Baseball this year, is going ahead and signed an 8-year, $67 million deal. So it has been a minute. So we've been asking for this as fans. I certainly on this channel, I've been doing this now, my third anniversary of doing this podcast. And I have been talking about when are we going to see a long-term extension of a core piece. You finally got it. There it is. Sam Basayo. Obviously, there's risk involved. He's still a prospect. He's still going to have rookie status next year. So we don't know how good he's going to be. So there is some risk, with inherent risk, with taking a guy that's you haven't seen much. But this is the route you got to go. If you are going to not sign free agents and wait, you need to sign young players while they're still young and take the risk of them getting better if you're going to get better, if you ever intend to have core pieces. So it's been many years since we've had this. So this is good. I think you saw Dave Rubinstein and Mike Elias. This tells me they're going to be around here. Well, we know Dave Rubinstein, but Mike Elias, we can tell he's going to be around here next year. Interesting to see what happens there. So that's excellent work for the Orioles getting that done. I think this was the highlight of the week. That raised the antenna up of everybody everywhere. Brandon Young, 15-day DL, transferred Felix Bautista to the 60-day DL, selected the contract of Matt Bowman. Bowman, this is the fourth time he's been up. They're just the bullpen, they just don't even care, man. They just up, down. Guys aren't even getting a chance to do anything. Jordan Westberg on the 10-day DL, retroactive to 19th. Gary Sanchez to the 10-day DL to the 60-day DL. So all this money they're spending now at catcher, you're not going to have any of them next year. I don't think Gary Sanchez is a free agent. For sure, I don't see any chance of that. I think, especially the way Alex Jackson's possibly looked or some of these other guys, interesting to see what happens in the off season. I think we already talked about that. Yeah, Monday, Alva Suarez put a rehab assignment to the Norfolk Tides. I do think Suarez is going to, they like to get him on the mound sometime this year. Again, Wells, etc., Suarez, get him on the mound so you're not having the whole offseason, whether these guys are going to be on the mound, whether get them some reps in here in the last month, and see how they do in that situation. We got back Kyle Bradish, who's been reinstated, and I thought Kyle Bradish was fantastic. Fantastic. That's exactly what he looked great. I thought he was a great rehab. I thought his mound. We didn't win the game, which would have been good. We lost 5-0 to the Red Sox, who have been fantastic. By the way, Red Sox have been put them away. My daughters would put it low key good. They're kind of going under the radar, but they are in second place. They are really charging on the Blue Jays and moving ahead of the Yankees in that division. So really, really good stuff there from them. And I thought Bradish was fantastic. Francis was fantastic, even though the bullpen went ahead and got blown up as well. Kane Sharp-Dubin on waivers from the Astros. Scott Buick from 15-day to 16-day. And, of course, they TFA'd Matt Bowman. They kind of do this. This is not the first year we've seen it. We've kind of seen this with Keegan Aiken up until recently. You kind of saw this with several of their relievers. They just horses with courses. Bowman's been down 4 times, up 4 times. Haven't been great either, I will say that, but that's just odd. Like, why are you bringing a guy up and down so many times? Here's another one. Emmanuel Herrera, selected the contract from him from Norfolk. DFA Vimuel Manchin, right this, who hit the homer, so he was good as well. So Brandon Young, not going to pitch anymore this year. 15-day DL to the 16-day DL. Option Yanimir Helago as well. He struggled. He didn't pitch well. I don't think there's any question about that. So I have a hard time having a problem with that. Simply because you didn't play well. So I can't really put you in the category of a guy that I kind of felt bad for him because he was a guy that's been waiting a long time. I mean, he's been pretty good in the minors all year long. Also too with that same thing, Rosie Contreras. So it was a guy like the Orioles really had some hopes for him in the offseason as well. Really thought maybe he'd be a bigger part of the bullpen, Contreras. So, but again, kind of same deal. They really don't give relievers a chance a lot of times. They go up, down. Well, they were ineffective. Well, they got to go. They kind of keep a couple of core guys there, but they're really quick to quicker, I think, at sometimes where they need to kind of get rid of relievers. When they don't pitch well for a stretch. Now, I'm not saying Hidalgo was really struggling. It kind of definitely makes sense. But in some cases, yeah, I mean, I think you need to show some patience with some of your young players. So that's definitely that's absolutely a thing as well. Baltimore Orioles, and I say Rosina Lawson will join the organization as a chief strategy officer, overseeing corporate operations for the ball club as well. So Katie Griggs is basically running the business side of the Orioles. So that's the name that they're actually going ahead and using as well. So I know it's owned by David Rubenstein, but I don't think he's running the day-to-day. I mean, Rubenstein has got his hands in several different things there as well. But we will see about that. But definitely getting more the baseball side of this transaction is they're embracing the analytics as well. So it's definitely an organization that's definitely embracing analytics. Really, again, we talked about this as well. Adley Rushman, definitely out now. NFL team called about Adley Rushman as top trade destination. Adley is going to be in demand. There's going to be a lot of teams interested in Adley. So we know now with the contract with Basayo that's actually signed, it's going to be a lot of teams looking for him in the offseason to go ahead and do that as well. So we will see how that goes as well with Adley. I would be very surprised if Adley stayed as well. Who is hot right now? I can tell you like this. Let's put some respect on Nate Jeremiah Jackson. A little rough defensively in his first couple games, but I think he's been really good at the plate. I mean, considering. So I didn't even know he could play third base. Again, not great defensively, but I really like his bat speed. His bat goes through the zone really, really, really quickly for a young player. So really, he really moves the bat through the zone very, very well. So very impressed with what I've seen there from him as well. Also, to Dylan Beavers has still been solid. I think Beavers is really trying to work his way into a starting job here in 2026 as well. So Beavers has been really good. And also to Alex Jackson, I feel like I almost have to put Alex Jackson. Alex Jackson hit 400. I mean, hasn't playing much, but I tell you what, every time he's been in, he's getting doubles. He's been productive. He's done a lot of good stuff. Who's hot? Kobe Mayo needs to see more. Ryan Mountcastle needs to see more. Vasquez, you're playing more and not playing well. Messed it up last week. San Francisco Giants and the Padres. That's this week. It looked weird because they played the same two teams 2 weeks in a row. Astros and Red Sox as well. Won tonight, 3-2. Go O's. I mean, so that's fantastic as well. The comments on Tony Mazzolino on Colton Cowser was just stunning. Well, I didn't know he was this good in center field. I was surprised. Are you kidding? Cowser has been fantastic in the field the whole time he's been in the majors. Like, well, I was surprised. Definitely, we're going to talk about the mattress shirts in light of that in the offseason as well. Thank you for joining us for the Ravens Sports Podcast. Check us out. Lots of content this weekend. You guys have a great day.